I love the new song that you guys have out right now. Yes, we will. I'm curious though, how at the beginning, how did you guys tend to describe the music that you make?
So we've always just said like, well, we originally it was pop rock, but now we just say alternative pop because it's kind of evolved a little bit more so than what it used to be.
Who are some of the musical artists then that influenced you and your brother when you were growing up?
It was all over the place. Like our parents showed us everything as we were growing up, kind of like Dave Matthews to I don't know, Vince Gill, Garth Brooks over into like Tupac, Eminem in that. So it was a little bit of everything. And then obviously some classics like Queen and Led Zeppelin and stuff like that as well. So I think kind of overall, all of those things come into play as we're writing. But then um, as we were starting the band, kind of like Imagine Dragons and 21 Pilots and others
I can see that.
uh, kind of inspired the overall Rags and Riches sound, and then I think we've evolved even from that as well.
Yes, We Will is out now, and it's sort of like a movement. It's not just like a single that you guys have out. Where did the idea for the song come from?
Yeah, kind of a long story. I'll try to tighten it. So there was a guy we had early on that he kind of helped track some guitar parts and things like that for us, and then eventually we asked him to be in the band. And so even before we had played our first show, we kind of told him like, hey, if we start touring like at all, we really want to go after this. And he kind of said, I'm all in except for if you guys go on the road a ton, I can't go because I have a family, which was understandable. And
Mhm.
so we kind of early on, we landed a big 68-day tour. Kind of, yeah, really early on in our career. And so we took, brought it to him and asked if he wanted to go. He was like, I can't go. And made the decision. He's like, hey, can I stay in the band? Uh, but then like, I'll pick back up when you guys get back. And we kind of like we discussed with him like, hey, that's gonna be kind of weird because after 70 days on the road, we're not even gonna be the same band. We're gonna grow, kind of improve in different things. And so he kind of made the decision it'd be best for us as well. Like, hey, we should just part ways here. And if it picks up when we get back, then it does. If it doesn't, it is what it is. But then he began to get some buddies of his from other bands and things to start commenting and leaving like
Mm.
trash talking stuff on our socials and just kind of harassing us on all levels on Instagram and YouTube everywhere. So a bunch of our friends, family, and like early fans started to like clown emoji back, as kind of like defending us a little bit. And so it got so bad that we ended up having to like block him and a bunch of others just because it was just constantly coming in. And so a few of our people would just go check on if he was still going at it, and he was on his page creating more and more content, ripping us. So anytime they would get on his page, eventually he started saying, "Oh, great, the Mob Squad's back at it again." And so we were like, "Well, I kind of like it. Let's name the fan base that." And we didn't really share anything about that because that happened back in early 2019, and for years we just kind of kept that between Peyton and I and a few other people that knew about it. And now we kind of felt like it was time, and so the overall "Yes, we will" Mob Squad kind of
It's a tribute to
started.
the fans.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's kind of where it came from.
What has then Rags and Riches fans had to say about this and the wonderful sort of thank you that you've given them?
Yeah, it's funny. Even people who didn't know the story, once I share with them, because we have shirts now that have the Mob Squad stuff and different things. And once they hear the story, it just feels like they want to get behind it even more so. And then people who were around for it, they feel like it was kind of like a nice. We finally shared the story, what happened.
Okay, well, what was the songwriting process for this one? Do you guys tend to have one particular way that you write songs, or did this one just sort of fall out from the situation and it's unique to what you've done?
For sure. Yeah, we don't have like a thing we stick to every single time. We have been writing with a friend, DeMarco Murphy. Normally the three of us kind of get together and Peyton and I'll bring some ideas to him and we write. But with this one, I think we kind of Peyton had made a beat and we were kind of trying to figure out the direction of the overall EP that we're working towards right now with this year and just felt like we were like, hey, we want to share some more personal stories that's happened to us over the last few years, just being rags and riches and stuff. And so it felt like kind of nice to just start putting things out that were not just positive or motivational and things, but a little more personal to us.
How much of a hand then do you guys have on the production side of the music that you make?
Full control because Peyton does all of that.
Wow.
So we do everything in house on that end, and then have a friend that also helps with like some mixing, and then we send it out for mastering.
Okay, with this song out now, yes, we will. Is this a prelude to an EP or a full album, or are you guys sort of just enjoying the beauty that is this song right now?
Yeah, so we have an EP coming this year, later in the year. It's kind of a more it's like 8 songs that we're really, really excited about. And all of them but one are finished already and back
Ooh.
to us. So we're very, very excited about it.
Will you guys be performing live soon, or are you guys just focused right now on finishing up the EP and getting things put out there?
Yeah, we have been playing some shows and things that around the songs, and then also just some things that we had college shows and other things already on the books for this year. But we have some more shows coming up
Nice.
for the rest of the year, and then also I think later in the year we most likely will do a little bit of an extended tour around the EP.
What can fans then expect from a live Rags and Riches performance when you choose to go out on tour and people, both of you guys actually show up and then you come back?
Yeah, I think just we bring a like our show has been created to be like really high energy, as well as like really crowd engaging, like uh, kind of back and forth with the crowd throughout the entire show is like our thing that we kind of, I guess, pride ourselves on of like creating those special moments.
What songs do you and your brother still enjoy performing live? Maybe old ones or some new favorites you have, or even cover songs. Do you guys do any of those during live shows?
We do, yeah, yeah. We released a cover of Word Up, the old Cameo song.
Oh, vintage.
Yeah. So our parents listened to that one a ton growing up, and we always loved that song. And for years, we were like, if we ever do our own cover that we're actually going to release, that would be the one we do. And it kind of just worked out. But we do that one, and we've been doing As It Was, the Harry Styles song as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've both really liked playing that one. It's just been, it kind of feels like our song in a way as well, just now that we've played it quite a bit. But I think Holiday is one of our songs that I just still love playing. And even it's like hard, some of those older songs that we
Mhm.
released early on after you've done them, it feels like thousands of times now at this point. Certain ones kind of stand out of being like, I still like playing this song. Like kind of Speed of Sound was our very first single that we ever released, and I still like playing it. It's just there's certain nights that you're like, oh, not this song again. But then there's other nights I'm just like, man, I still like playing this one.
Who are some artists that you and your brother would love to collaborate with on songs in the future?
Yeah. We've always said Post Malone's kind of like up there of a
Yeah,
dream collab. And now that he's done some country stuff, it's kind of it would be more unique.
very fitting.
Of like we're from Kentucky, so obviously maybe some of the countryside of us would come out a little bit more. Who knows? I'm trying to think of some others like
Maybe a
I
Jelly
always
Roll cameo.
maybe that we have a friend of a friend that is connected with him. So
Ooh.
yeah, that could be a potential in the future as well. But yeah, there's quite a bit of like others. I really have always liked the thought of doing a song with Imagine Dragons just because
Well,
it's like
yeah. They've been such
uh,
a big influence on you guys.
yeah, for sure. So that would be a cool one, just kind of a full circle moment.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the incredible music that the two of you make?
Just a huge thank you to everybody who's supported us. Even there's certain fans that's been around since the beginning and uh, that kind of just found us on Spotify or different places, and we can't thank you enough that give us the opportunity to continue doing it. Peyton and I just have a blast getting to make music, and I feel like that's just a part of who we are. So thank you to everybody who's like genuinely supported and still listens to the music, even some of the stuff early on, those early songs. They're still getting streams and stuff, and that's just cool to see that they're still sticking around.